Welcome, welcome back again. This is I, Mr.Gone. This is another Raid Shadow Legends video. Now, I wanted to start off by saying that I was sorry for not uploading for the past couple of weeks. And that is because I had a series of events happen that kind of kept me preoccupied. But I wanted to apologize because we're friends now. So I had my perfectly fine car freak out and start shutting off and honking the horn and doing all kinds of crazy shit on the way to work. I had to deal with that. Then I had my furnace stop working while it was still 30 below zero outside here in the States. And then last weekend I had company come stay the weekend. So I just wanted to say that I was sorry, and now we're going to try to get back in the swing of things here. And also, I wanted to state that if you see me looking off to the right, that's because that's where my OBS is at. And also, for you, because we're friends now, I wrote a bunch of talking points so that I wouldn't forget anything. With that said, let's get started. All right. So, you are an early to late mid-game free-to-play player, and you log into the game, and you're having a look, and you start to feel like you've gone a little stagnant. Like your account isn't quite up to par with the people around you that are at the same level. And in this video, we're going to try to answer some of the reasons why that might be happening. So that being said, we're going to start with the first thing. Your daily quests. Now, daily quests are going to be the easiest thing that you could possibly do in this entire game. You don't even, like, the arena battles, you don't even have to win. You just have to fight in arena battles. Now, I'm not saying to lose, I'm just saying you don't have to win. Summon 3 champions. Everybody's going to have some shards. It doesn't matter if they're mystery shards or sacred shards. I wouldn't go all willy-nilly spending all my sacred shards, just saying. But everybody's going to have some shards unless you go shard crazy all the time, which I do not recommend doing that. Spend your energy, increase the level of champions in the tavern, make artifact or accessory upgrades, purchase some item in the market, beat a campaign boss, or sometimes it's just a fighting campaign 7 times. Now, the thing with the daily quests is it doesn't seem like a big deal, but it's the consistency, and that's something that I'm going to go over a million times over talking about free to play, is if you're not consistent, then you know, none of these tips are really going to help you. But it's basically, if you really want to play the game and you really want to advance and you really want to progress your account, then you just have to be consistent with some key things. And unless you plan on spending money, in which case you're still not guaranteed to get anything great. But I did take some notes also on, where are we at? The daily quests. Every single day, you'll get 130 energy, 1100 XP, 30,000 silver, 5 arena tokens, a couple of potions, and 10 gems. Now that is if you do all of these, including, you know, once you get them all done and then you get the top. Now, moving on, we also have advanced quests. Now, advanced quests, some of it changes, some of it stays the same. Some of them you can change, like the win one live arena battle. You don't have to do that. You can click here and it might change into doing Sand Devil or something like that. You got just use the distorted energy of the Grim Forest, any difficulty, 50 energy. You don't have to win, just complete a live arena battle. Again, I'm not telling you to lose, I'm just saying you don't have to win. defeat a faction wars boss. It doesn't have to be a high level. It can be low. Survived 20 turns against Demon Lord. That could be any level. Use your silver keys in Doom Tower. Now the tag arena, I will say this. The tag arena, at the beginning of the refresh, I will drop all of my defenses down to one-man defenses. So that way it'll drop me down in the rankings. And then I will, in return, be able to fight a lot of like one-man defenses or like just weak defenses. And then after a few days, say, Thursday, like Wednesday night, Thursday, somewhere in there, I'll put my regular defenses back in for the rest of the time. And so I only have like a few days where I'll actually do this. And being that I am trying to rank up and not trying to lose my place, I don't tend to fight as many battles. I have to be a lot more picky those last few days because I don't want to lose. And so this one here, I'll give you a pass because it's not based on the game. It's based on other players. Like, how tough are the opponents that you're getting? It's not just can I beat this content. It's how tough are these people and what is the meta right now, basically, and can I counter it? You win 3 artifacts in dungeons. Use your faction crypt keys. Fight the Demon Lord. So they're easily ignored things, but all of this stuff adds up over time. And along the way, you're going to get XP boosts, chickens, and books. Same goes with like your weekly and monthly. You're guaranteed, as long as you do these things and finish them, you're going to get, an ancient shard, void shard, sacred shard, along with all the other things that come along with it. So the moral of the story for most of this video is going to be these things will add up over time. And again, I took some notes. So let's see here. For advanced quests, we get, this is daily. If you finish them all daily, you get 280 energy, potentially, because some of those will change. Charms for the Forge, 5 gems, silver Doom Tower keys, a few brews, 6 faction crypt keys, tag arena coin refill, and 3 Plarium points. Now, I did some more notes. That is a potential of 410 energy potential if you do all of this every day. Every day you'll get another, on top of what you get, you will get 410 energy. Just the daily quests alone, in 1 week, just in 1 week of doing only your daily quests, forget the advanced quests, only the daily quests alone, you'll get 910 energy, 7,700 XP, if that still matters, 210,000 silver, 35 arena tokens, 14 potions, and 70 gems. Now that's not including, we're only getting started. That's not even including anything else that you're doing. That's not tournaments, that's not anything else that you're doing. That's only doing your daily quests. So another thing that people will overlook and not really think means much is your daily login rewards. Depending on where you're at, will depend on what you get. It changes as you go because you're going to get the login champs as you go. Now, some of them are okay. Haikatune early on is okay for speed lead. Yaga, as most anyone else's videos you've probably seen has said, is he is a tome trap. Like, don't use him. Just throw him in the vault. Dark Aethel, I wasn't really a fan. Dark Elhain, different story. You can build her for a lot of damage. Lord Legionary, meh. Scylla Drakes, especially early on, and I still use her in things here and there when I need somebody also. Like sometimes I won't have a healer or a reviver because of like Curse City or something like that, and she comes in super clutch for that. Tanix, meh. Grush, meh. Bizix, yes. Uh, she's a provoker. You can use her in, well, Curse City, obviously. Some people have her in Hydra teams. And then eventually, you get down here to the 271 plus days. And here, at begin, if they're still doing that, I'm sure they probably are. You will get champs down here. You have to keep logging in, and eventually you'll get different champs as you go. Like Cleopteryx, can't pronounce that. Was one of them, I remember. But then after you get all of those, then it just becomes this every month. And just every month you get different rewards, get shards, energy, gems, you know. And so if you're missing this stuff, you know, you might say, oh, well, you know, I don't care about the 4-star chicken. All right, fair enough. But do you care about the 300 energy that day, or the void shard, you know, or the gems? You know what I mean? Like, so I mean, if you log in, you just get it for free. They just hand it to you. You know what I mean? So why not take it? Now another thing would be energy management, and as far as that goes, I would say early on, in the early to maybe mid game, you're not gonna want to let energy just sit up here. Now, this is not a do as I say, not as I do type of thing. I am far past that, and I do all of my dailies and I do all of my things. So I don't want to hear it. But early to mid game, you're gonna want to, when you have energy up here, you're going to want to use it, and you're going to want to use it in a way where maybe you can try to multitask a little bit, like okay, so in the very beginning, I'll go through, I'll level my people up in the tavern like it says to do, and then when it wants you to use some energy, but it also wants you to level up some like gear, right? Well, but it also wants you to go get some. Okay, well, I can use energy. I can also, let's see here. Well, we'll do this here. All right, let me move you over here, and we'll take that off. Take that off. Put this on 3 turns, and away we go. So all at the same time, I'm using my energy, and I am getting the gear that I'm going to be leveling up, and so we're being efficient with what our tasks are. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm not just going in meaninglessly doing some dungeons for no reason. This is something that needs to be done, so I'll just do all 3 at the same time. You know, I could have done the double raids and I could have used more energy, but I figured I'm going to be using energy anyways when I'm doing the campaign missions. So I'll use the rest of that on there. And I mean, I'll use a little more than that, obviously. But point being that when you're using your energy, you don't want to just willy-nilly just go spending it on things. Look at what your tasks are. What are the things I need to do? What do I need to get done? And like I said, in the early to mid game, you're not going to want to let your energy just be sitting there, and because it's kind of being wasted if it's just sitting there. If the timers run out and it's all the way full, you're going to want to keep it at least used to a lower point, to where at least as time in the day is going by, it's building up. And if I remember correctly, I think it was like 20 energy an hour, or it was something like that. I did the math back when I first started the game. That was years ago. I don't remember exactly what it is, but I believe it was somewhere around there, like 20 an hour or ish, something like that. Wow, something went wrong with this one. But anyways, you get the point. Well, I should probably let that finish. All right, come on. Don't make me look foolish here. There we go. All right, what we got? One more? All right. We'll let one more go. I wasn't going to, but we will. Just for shits and giggles. Maybe this one will actually work right. Come on. After the last one, you got to make me look good here. Make it look like my team knows what it's doing. Come on, Lee. Come on, Coldheart. There we go. All right. Now, as I was saying, now we just used the 50 energy. We just won 3 artifacts. But I'm also going to raise these up. I'm not going to do it right now. But at the same time, I'm also going to go put these up to level 4. Just, it's not going to cost a lot of silver. It's level 4. But that's what I mean by like using it efficiently, multitasking, you know what I mean? Killing 2, maybe 3 birds with 1 stone. Gems is another thing. Gems is something that you kind of you may take for granted until you're low and you need them. I don't like to let mine get much lower than where they are now, just in case, you know, if there's an event going on that maybe I need more energy or I need something, you know, then I'd like to have it, you know. Now, the gem mine, now early on, some of the things you want to use your gems on is the gem mine is one of them because, let's see, time to full 23, almost 24 hours, capacity 15. So you'll get 15 for free a day doing nothing if you upgrade it all the way. Which, once you've done that once and you've got it completely full or completely upgraded, now you just sit and get free gems all day long. Another thing that you'll want to do is masteries. You'll want to max out your masteries on your early champs that you get because you're going to want to get, you know, early, you know, your champs up to 6-star. You're going to want to get their masteries. You want to get them, you know, some main like core champions that you're using for most content, especially early game, until you start to get, you know, better champs, you know, a better selection of people. Now, one of the things, even later, when you have like later game, even you don't want to just go wasting all your gems on like shard pulls and things like that, because you're not really guaranteed anything out of that. You know what I mean? That one's more of a gamble. Buying energy with your gems is not a gamble. Energy is a guaranteed thing. You are going to get the energy and you're going to be able to use it for what you need it for. Shards, on the other hand, is a gamble and you really don't know what you're going to get, you know? So I wouldn't go wasting it on that. Let's see, what else we got here? Clan Boss. There we go. Now, Clan Boss is something... Now, it doesn't matter if you're even down here. The top chest here, let's start with the lowest chest. The lowest chest, you're going to get some silver, some brews, a shard, a little bit of gear. If this is the one that you're hitting, then you probably need this stuff. I mean, you're going to need all of the things out of any of these, but I'm saying if this is all you can do, then you definitely need this. And like, then now keep in mind, this is the lowest level. You're getting all the way up to 5-star gear. It's not going to be good, but you're going to be able to get some. Now, when you get all the way up to Ultra Nightmare, which is your ultimate goal, once you get to the top chest, now you're getting a lot better gear. You're getting like legendary skill tomes. You're getting the sacred shards, more gems, you know, higher level of the brews. You know what I mean? Obviously everything is going to scale up as you go, but even the lowest levels of quick shout out to Shem over here with his new high score team here. But yeah, like I said, even the lowest levels, if this is all you can get so far, then you absolutely need to be getting it to level yourself up. So one of the first things you want to do, especially as a free to play player, is work on your clan boss team so that you can get to the highest level that you can get as quick as possible, and do it daily. Do all of your keys. Don't let any of your keys be wasted, and you will be able to, again, consistently be able to get rewards that will build up over time. Shards, books, things that are a little harder to come by in other areas of the game. Now, Arena is another one. A lot of people don't like Arena. I don't mind Arena, a regular Arena we're talking about. Now, the thing with Arena is you don't have to just pick whoever you got here. You can refresh. It's only 5 gems for a refresh. Now, you can keep doing that if you'd like to, but the point being is that your Great Hall is going to stack up over time. And you see, I've almost completed mine. I'm trying to save up because I want to do it all in one go. I don't know why. My OCD. But all of these stats apply everywhere in the game. These stats, all of this here, applies to everything that you do in the game. All of these stats. And they don't go away. Same with the live arena. These arena bonuses you get here. I can't stress it enough. These are not things that you can slack off on. I mean, if you don't do them, you don't get them, right? So there are things that in this game like that seem kind of tedious and kind of so boring. This part isn't fun. I don't like this. But you got to think to yourself that you're slowly building piece by piece the roster that you want and the gear that you want by slowly doing these little tedious things that will slowly build up your stats, and those stats will last forever. Another thing, faction crypts. You're getting all the different glyphs. Let's go back to normal here. You're getting all the glyphs from everything. Let's see, let's go back here. You're getting all the different glyphs. You're getting the different forge materials. You're getting stuff for resilience gear, for perception gear, which are resilience. It's still, I mean, it's a decent. It's not complete crap. It'll help with your defense and HP boost or stats. And then the perception gear. It's kind of been overshadowed by a lot of the newer 9-piece sets and stuff that are coming out now, but it's still not bad. For a 2-piece set, 40 accuracy and 5 speed, and then you can still add whatever other gear sets you want, or multiple sets of this. Unfortunately, you can't get any accessories for it like you can with the 9 pieces, but that's still a good set to have. Now, with all of the glyphs, these are also permanent stats that you're going to get. You're going to permanently add these to your gear, so that as you go and as you level up, and the more you're able to do, the better the glyphs you're going to be able to get, and the better you're going to be able to add permanent stats a little bit at a time to just slightly start increasing what you're able to do in this game. If you just need that extra 30 speed or extra, 40 accuracy, well, you can do that. If you don't have it in the gear, you may be able to have it in the glyphs, and then you add that, and now you're able to pass the content you're trying to pass. Now, events and tournaments is another thing. Now, this one here, this fusion warm up, I couldn't care less. I figured out that it was going to cost me more energy. I haven't been doing it on. This has all been on accident. This has just been by playing the game. This particular, some of them are okay, but some of them, like this one here, I was like, it's not even going to be worth me trying to do this. This one was a rating for artifacts and accessories, and I just was like, no, I'm not going to do that because I really don't want to. And that was my next point, was that now, say the tournaments here. Tournaments always take forever to load, but the tournaments are something that will give you milestones. Well, let's see here. Let's go to this one since I got something over here. Now, you don't have to win the tournament to get rewards, right? You just have to get the milestones. You don't have to beat everybody else, and in a lot of cases, just because you're not on top doesn't mean you're not going to get some good stuff over here, right? Sometimes, there's we got gems, silver, energy, you know what I mean? And it's like, of course, you're going to want to get some of the things that you can get from winning over here, but you have to be realistic about the resources you're willing to put into and the time you're willing to put into whatever the tournament is. And it also depends on the other people. You might be doing really well, and then somebody comes along and snipes you out. Spider tournament. That, now you've wasted all those resources, and you're down here, with next to nothing. So you don't have to win the tournaments, and even with the events, you don't have to finish the event. But just along the way, there might be some resources, some energy, some, whatever, some books, whatever in there. So you don't have to win, but you just participate a little bit, and you don't even have to do all of them. Just pick and choose which ones is like, okay, well, I already kind of have to do this anyways, so maybe I can do this tournament here a little more while I'm already doing this other stuff in the first place. Now, silver management is another big thing, because though it may look like I have a lot of silver now, that was not always like that. I was running out of silver all the time. I think for the longest time, I could not get past like 50 million silver. Like, I was super stoked to get 50 million silver. And then I would build one champ, and now my silver was gone, So silver is something, fortunately, they did help us out a little. They threw us a bone when they decided to take away the cost at swapping gear around, because I thought that was absolutely asinine to begin with. But there's a lot of things that you could be wasting silver on. Like, don't just rank all of your gear up to 16. Don't do that. If anybody tells you to do that, don't do that. What I do is, if it's absolute trash, I'm just going to throw it away to begin with. If it looks like it might have potential and I'm possibly going to keep it, I will rank it up to 12. And if it rolls bad, then I might throw it away anyways. But I don't go over 12. And if it's absolute garbage, you tried ranking it up to 4. If you go up to 4 and you get a bad roll, you might not want to go any farther than that. You only wasted 8,000 silver. So I just made that number up. Don't quote me on that one. But you know what I'm saying. It's like, don't just willy-nilly go spending it, just to rank up a bunch of stuff. And we got like the tournaments for like the fragment and stuff, events. It's like the fusion events. Like, don't just rank up everything. do it to things that you're going to use. Like you're going to use that. Don't just rank up garbage, because you're just wasting silver that you're going to wish you had later. Um, uh, there are some other things that we could talk about. I mean, there's other resources in the game. They got let's see what we got. Cursed City. You know, we have all the resources that we get from here, like gear sets, and we got the Grim Forest. You know, we got gear sets in here. You know, I mean, there's so many things that the game gives you, like that you just need to use it efficiently and use it wisely, and be aware that it even exists to begin with. A lot of the tedious tasks that we have in Raid may not be the funnest part, but you have to look at it in the way of, I'm building my account. And these are the things that the players, when you look around and you feel like your account has stagnated and everybody's passing you up, this may be why. Maybe they're doing a couple of extra of these tedious tasks that you've been passing up because it just wasn't fun and you didn't feel like doing it. So, so Raid does give us some resources that we can use that may not be the funnest part of the game, but they are absolutely essential in growing your account and getting to where you wanted to be later in the game. So we just have to take advantage of it and use them efficiently. So that being said, let me know in the comments if there's anything in here that you felt was, you know, tedious that you have not been doing. I know there's some things that I hate doing sometimes. Tag Arena is one of those things. I'm not a fan of Tag Arena, and if I could just not do it, I wouldn't. So the last part of the week when I'm not doing it makes me really happy. But with that said, I hope you have a great day / night, and I'll see you next time. Bye.